Hello YouTube, I've got another Wi-Fi battle for you versus MistPhame. I met him on AAX. He's a pretty good guy. He's got some pretty good narrated battles on his YouTube. You should go check them out. So he leads off with an Arcanine, and I lead off with a Hitmon top, and I decided I have no idea what a lead Arcanine's going to do, so I'm going to just fake him out, and he seems to be pretty physically bulky, so I'm going to switch out and into my Dusclops so I can take any hit that he's going to throw at me. But he Toxics me, and I'm just like, well, this thing's probably not very useful to me anymore, so I'm just going to try and do as much damage to this thing as I can. Um, so I predict here for him to go for like the morning sun or whatever it's called, so I decide to pain split, but he ends up going for an overheat instead. So yeah, really not much happening here. So now his Arcanine's at pretty low health here. I can go back out into my Hitmontop and I can just fake it out, and because I no longer have that Intimidate on me, I take it out. He goes out into his Gyarados here, and I've got absolutely nothing for this thing, so I'm gonna have to just switch out and straight into my Starmie, and well, he goes for a Dragon Dance, and I know I can take anything from +1 Gyarados, so I'm just going to go straight for the T-Bolt. Well, he Stone Edges me and does a fair chunk, doesn't take me out, but T-Bolt definitely is going to kill this Gyarados, and that's GG Gyarados. Thanks for coming out today. It's always a pleasure. So it goes out into this Rotom Wash, and I'm like, oh, everyone's running one of these. Why are they so popular right now? And I have nothing to take this thing out. I wish I had like the Energy Ball or something, and I don't know, can Starmie learn Energy Ball? Maybe I'll replace HP Fire. So I go out into my Gen 5 Clefable, and he T-bolts me, not doing very much, and he switches out into his Terraconn and eats the Toxic. I'm like, oh good, so this thing's toxic, I can probably just stall it out. These things always Rock Polish, so I predict him to Rock Polish, and I go straight into my Hitmontop. Um, Now I know I can fake him out, eat some more like toxic damage up, and after that maybe go for a Mach Punch, and it might be enough to take him out. So yeah, the fake out goes well, flinches him, toxic damage, and my Mach Punch takes him out. I've never had a problem fighting one of these. I don't know why like people keep running them. I've never seen him do anything. He goes back into his Rotom Wash. I'm like, okay, well I'll go into my Clefable thing, and he goes for the Hydro Pump. Now I predict him to protect me to go for the Toxic. So what I do is I switch out again and go into my Hitmontop, predicting him to go into Lucario to take the Toxic. But instead he just goes straight for another Hydro Pump and takes out my Hitmontop, which kind of sucks. Um, so I go back into Starmie. I'm like, okay, well I can just hit this thing with a T-Bolt and just see how much damage it's gonna do, and it does a good chunk. And then he just takes me out with a T-Bolt. I'm like, okay, well now he's in revenge killing range. I can easily just take him out with something. So I go into my Alugamoff and do a Bug Buzz, and that's the end of that problem. Thank God, I was such a nuisance. And he goes into the Lucario, and I'm just like, okay, well, I can just Fire Dance this thing or whatever it is, and that's going to be a one-hit kill, and I don't have to worry about Lucario either. Um, so I think this is his last poke here, and it's also an Arugamoff, and he goes for the Butterfly Dance, while I just decide I'm going to go straight for the Fire Dance and try and get some damage off on this thing. Um, does quite a bit of damage, and then he goes for the Hidden Power, which I'm guessing is Hidden Power Ground, because that's what I'm running, but Bug is resistant to ground, so it's only neutral damage, so I think Fire Dance would have been the better choice because of Stab. Um, and so yeah, I take him out with our Fire Dance after his Life Orb damage, and that's GG. So yeah, go check out his channel. He's having signups for a tourney right now. You should definitely check that out, and rate, comment, and subscribe.